Hello. Wait, I'm gonna
Why?
restart
One
that.
more time, please.
Hello and sorry.
We should include this in the final version.
Yeah, maybe.
Tom just struggling.
See how I'm feeling.
How now, brown cow?
Well, if you want it to be like a more shitposty type episode, then
Yeah, just not in it at all. Why bother?
all right, Tom, go ahead.
Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set.
Yes, sir.
Hello and welcome to the Soyle podcast. My name. Damn it.
Fuck me. No.
My nom. Hello and welcome to the Soyle podcast. My name is Tom LC Shipp.
I'm Jack Gleeson.
And I'm SK. And today, our episode's going to be a little bit different than usual.
How so?
It's going to be painful.
How so?
I totally blanked on what I was going to say. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, you let up that you were going to go and play
I
this
know,
30-minute
I
round.
I
so
know,
just
right?
give me a
I was
second.
so fucking. I
Can
was
you
so
just
looking
give me a
forward to
second
it.
so I can remember what I was going to fucking say? You fucking... I didn't
Yeah.
think that was going to fuck up the intro 4 fucking times either.
Hey, this is when this is why you have notes.
I'm supposed to remember the thing I said in the car on the way here. Why don't you fucking eat my ass? Oh yeah, the responsible thing is to take notes. So let me just right now on the road. Let me just take notes. Fucking dickhead. I'll keep a tape recorder next to me so I can record my notes. Today we're going to be talking about shitty characters. And you're probably wondering, what does that mean? That could be anything. Well, I have 3 very indistinct, very arbitrary categories that I'd like to explain to you real quick that Jack is inevitably going to dissect to pieces. But that's neither here nor there. My first category for shitty characters is bad performances, otherwise known as, don't you have another take? This is a really bad take. Can you please do it again? John Travolta in every other movie. It's a performance done by any actor who brings the whole production down. Why the fuck did this have to happen? There's money. Do it again. My second category of shitty characters is just a character who does everything they should. They're actually a good, well-written character, but they're just fucking annoying. We don't really like them. They're too antagonistic. Get off my dude's balls, all right? Skylar. Come on. And then the third category, my favorite category, is just irrational hatred. I don't know why I hate them. They might be the most perfect character ever, but I fucking hate him. Ferris Bueller. Ferris Bueller. I hate you, Matthew Broderick. Jack?
Oh God. Oh God damn. Okay. Well, I think the only one that I could really dissect right off the top of my head would be the second one. I can't really say much about poor performances. That's just, like you said, fucking do it again. Why is this the take that was used? But the second one of... Oh, shit, what was it?
Yeah, that's right. It's all encompassing. You can't dissect it. It's perfect.
No, I don't remember.
It's the trifecta. It's the Trinity. It's how all shitty characters are measured. Because I'm not going to make a fuck flow chart or a fuck graph or a tier list, although it'd be funny as hell to see that. I'm not making a fucking anything to explain shitty characters. And I'm not going to categorize them either. You can categorize them if you want, but I'm not going to categorize them.
No,
Those categories just exist so you know that it encompasses everything possible, and I fucking hate Matthew Broderick.
I'm assuming included in that category is the cast of The Irishman.
I got plenty to say about The Irishman. But I don't want to dominate the first 4 hours. So
look. The reason we hate Skylar is because she gets in the way, but usually she doesn't. At least at the beginning, she's not serving a purpose, like a grander purpose, beyond just kind of getting in the way.
Just being annoying. Yeah.
Just being annoying.
Yeah,
so we're already
playing
like
to a
identifying.
character, though.
Yeah. Like it's not that she's poorly written per se. It's just she's like you said, she's overly antagonistic, and we don't see a reason like within the story for why she's behaving that way. You know, why is she babying Walt so much? Why is she so like? Why does she have such a stick up her ass at the beginning?
I think it's plainly obvious when you see Marie. It's like, damn, Marie is fucking fucked up too, but in a different way. They're both fucked up.
Right, but like we never see like the reasoning.
Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. Is to go into fucking Skylar Marie's backstory. Let's see the unnecessary flashbacks there.
My only point is there are characters that we don't like up until we see the reason for why they're behaving a certain way. They gain some sympathy once we are able to empathize with them. And if we don't see any of those scenes where they're actually in some way victimized or whatever, some way of explaining their behavior, then we just kind of go, ugh, get out of the way. And I think another problem is that Skylar is not really an antagonist in that show. I mean, obviously, structurally, she is an antagonist, or at least an antagonistic character. But she's not the most interesting one, because obviously all the drug dealers and whatever else, they're more interesting than she is. Their threat is much lower of a level, right? Survival, as opposed to, like, am I going to get in trouble? So she doesn't quite offer that same level of threat that the rest of the show's antagonists do. And so when she comes in, it's just it's almost jarring. Like, you don't understand what Walter's going through. Just leave him alone.
Leave my dude alone. He's got enough on his plate.
Yeah,
and he can't tell you about it because he knows you're gonna freak out.
Yeah,
He's trying to bust his pot dealer.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? You're gonna narc on my pot dealer? What the hell is this? I'm just trying to chill out. I'm losing my life over here, and I'm trying to smoke some fucking good kush. In the meantime, you're gonna dead my dealer, dude? What the fuck? Tom, do you want to go into your mom's?
Seems to be a trope of just mothers that are annoying. I don't know if that's just a projection of my own psychology.
Okay, all right, hold on. Maybe now it's time to interject the disclaimer. Everything we're talking about is purely for entertainment purposes and
opinions,
and very opinionated and stupid. And I wouldn't take anything we say seriously outside of, I don't know, the instructional element of the structure of the story. If we're just going to yak on about how shitty we think characters are, if you like them, fucking fight me then. Let's go to blows in the comments. But if you're getting too upset about a fictional character, come on, dog.
We're not dismissing the actors or the actresses themselves.
Except Matthew Broderick. I hate Matthew Broderick. I'll fight Matthew Broderick.
Who is not Michael J. Fox. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Tom.
So I think moms prove annoying because their role is to like control, and they usually just get in the way when the character's trying to do something, but they're not like the main antagonist. So it's like, why are you blocking us?
Mm-hmm.
The mom in Malcolm in the Middle, the mom in 6 Feet Under, Skylar in Breaking Bad. It's like I'm sure they serve their purpose in the story, and they are thought about their design, but like I just can't help but just dislike them every time I see them.
Yeah, they serve as some kind of like unnecessary authority in terms of like the conflict of the story. We have to pretend to follow the mom's, their rules. In the meantime, we're fighting dragons and shit,
Right.
Yeah. I need to respect my mother and all that, but she's hampering the plot and she's bringing me down, and I can't take it.
Yeah, so mothers do make great antagonists when they are the main antagonists, such as like in the movie Mother, in what is that movie Hereditary or something?
You brought that movie up like 3 podcast episodes ago. How do you not know the name of it?
I said the name of it.
No, it's just it's hard to say.
Mothers, when they're secondary characters, prove annoying, but when they're main characters, such as in The Shining, as a protagonist, or as an antagonist in a movie like Mother, they can be very interesting. But when they just serve secondary roles, they just kind of get in the way, and it's annoying. And I just don't like seeing their faces.
Wow.
In, movies, TV, shows.
Wow. Yeah, I am wondering if it's if it has to do with like we've said, they essentially serve as this secondary, less important to the main plot antagonistic force that just kind of is getting in the way without fully understanding. And I'm wondering actually if that has to do with sort of the classic hero's journey of like the heroes entering into this new world or whatever, and they're discovering this new threat and all this different stuff that essentially the mom kind of functions as the old world understanding. And so by trying to exert their authority or assert their authority over the main character, they're essentially trying to hold them back within that kind of story. It's about the character trying to break out, and the mom kind of functions as an antagonistic force to prevent them from breaking out. So that it kind of makes sense that you're supposed to not like the character, or at least not what they're trying to do, because that's kind of their function within the story.
Then you have like movies that they don't take a secondary role, that they take a good main role, and that they take the journey aspect of the the hero's journey,
Mhm.
such as like in Juno, she's the one being very proactive. And shit, I just had an example in my head. Oh, in Neighbors, the new parents, the mom and dad, played by Seth Rogen and the British actress, they're working together in order to solve a goal.
Yeah.
She's not getting in the way.
Right. Well, she's not his mom.
Yeah, but
She is a mom, but
Is it just moms, or is it when it is? Yeah, well, I guess it is moms because Skylar kind of fits into that category, and she's not Walter's mom. So okay, fair enough.
okay. And then you got moms like what's Joffrey's mom name?
Cersei.
Cersei. Yeah. Do you want to talk about Game of Thrones? Has plenty of hateable characters. Cersei is one of them.
I actually
to get into Game of Thrones this quickly, but I just want to clarify.
Here we
that,
are.
The actress in Neighbors is Rose Byrne, and she's Australian, not English.
Same thing.
It is not, you motherfucker. It is not.
I lived in Australia.
I am Australian, you fucker.
Yeah, Tom. Why don't you quote the Outback commercial?
Sorry, shrimp on the bobby. They actually don't say that.
No, yeah, they don't. You fucking idiot.
But drop ears do exist, so do put Vegemite on your ears if you ever visit Australia.
Yeah, if you want them to rip your fucking ears off, you have to wear a big floppy hat. Don't at me, all right? Game of Thrones.
We're talking. You can't at someone while you're talking.
I mean, you can, but
Game of
you
Thrones.
just say their name. So actually, Tom, I see you have a note here for the Hound as a hated character in Game of Thrones. I would argue that is not a hated character. I feel like everybody loves the Hound,
boy, dude.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
he's
right
dick,
at the beginning.
He's the boy.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Is like right at the beginning when you don't understand him. Sure. Like he's this kind of really intimidating dude. You don't understand anything, the reasons for why he's doing what he's doing, and he's just kind of antagonistic and a threat. But once like he starts showing the softer side of himself, where he's like taking care of Sansa and obviously his relationship with Arya and all that, and then you start understanding his backstory and all this stuff. He becomes super sympathetic, and I would definitely argue he is not a hated character. I don't know if there's anybody who hates the Hound, and if they do, don't at me.
You're wrong. Your opinion's wrong.
Yeah.
Listen to this and change your opinion because, look, in this world, there can only be two opinions, and one of them's got to change, and it's not going to be me. Sounds like it's got to be you.
I just think he has an ugly face.
Well, I mean, there's
wow.
Oh, wow. That's ableism right there. Look at him.
I love his backstory. My brother was mean to me and put my head in a fire.
Have you seen The Mountain?
So of course he's so misunderstood.
I will agree heavily with Ramsay, though. Ramsay's a fucker.
Yeah, Joffrey and Ramsay, these are... But see, here's the thing. We hate them, but not that they're in the story. Like, they're the character that we cheer when they're finally taken out because we love hating on them, right? They're so fucking evil, and there's just... We never see any human reason within the story for why they behave that way. They're just... vicious fucking characters, amazing villains in that, and we love hating on them, right? I think they're perfect examples of something like that. They actually do a good
I knew
job.
this was going to come up. The phrase "love to hate." I don't experience that. I do not understand the sentiment of you love to hate him. I don't get it.
You don't love to hate Matthew Broderick?
No, it takes years off my life to hate Matthew Broderick. I hate him. I hate to hate him. Frankly, I wish I didn't hate him so I could live my life unabated by Matthew Broderick.
Just don't watch Matthew Broderick movies.
I don't. But I watched Ferris Bueller because it's a movie everybody's seen and I hadn't seen it, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, fucking Matthew Broderick's in this the whole fucking movie because he's the main character. You know who I am in that movie? I'm the fucking principal. Everyone else is like, oh, Ferris Bueller's so cool, dude. Let's raise money for him and suck his dick all the time or whatever. And the principal is just getting fucked up all day thinking about, oh, I hate Ferris. That's me. Fuck, I hate Matthew Broderick.
Principal. Is it because like Matthew Broderick just doesn't like come across as the person who should have that much ego?
Seems smug.
I don't know. I wish I knew. I don't know. I hate him so much though. I don't know. Maybe it's his fuck
do you
eyes.
hate him because you ain't him?
His what?
His little fucked eyes. You know how his eyes are just like a little bit like too far apart or a little bit fucking cockeyed or something.
Really?
I don't know. Look at him. Look at him next time. Or he's got cow eyes or something. I don't know. That's all.
He's got like
there's
cow eyes.
I think it's just like those three things, just tiny proportions. He's got like a very punchable face. This is not the place for accurate opinions. Not right now. This is a safe space for stupid opinions. I'm restricting it just to Matthew Broderick. But
And therefore any character he plays.
hey. I gave Ferris Bueller a chance.
No. I'm not dissing you for that. I'm just saying
I gave
that's
Cable
why
Guy
it's
a chance.
that's why it fits in the context of what we're talking about.
I fucking hate him. But back to Game of Thrones. You know who I hate in Game of Thrones?
Who?
Almost irrationally, Sam.
Yeah,
He's useless.
I think a lot of people do too. Yeah.
He's a fat fucking useless bitch. He just walks around, I can't hold a sword. I can't do anything. And then he gets to kill White Walkers?
Yeah,
What
he
the
doesn't
fuck?
seem to like actually evolve in any way.
He's just a mouthpiece for the lore. He's
Yeah.
just... Didn't George R. R. Martin cop that he's a self-insert?
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? That sucks.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that why he's fat?
Wow.
I'm just... In a world where you have to know how to fight. Doing a job where you have to know how to fight. Where you shouldn't be able to be fat. He continues to be fat.
Yeah,
and
really.
He continues to not know how to fight.
Well, I'm wondering
And then
if
suddenly he's
like,
king dick of the world at the end. I'm
Yeah, he
grand
is.
fucking... What are they called? Maesters?
Grand Maesters.
I'm the
Yeah,
Grand Maester at the end. What the fuck? Shut
It's
up,
like
Sam.
that. That's a good example of a character that just like again is kind of poorly written. They don't evolve and they just get things without earning them, and that could really jump us into a whole discussion about Star Wars. But I'm not gonna do that because everybody's done it. But yeah, when a character is given things or just automatically has some skill without ever training to do so, it really turns people off. I think this really harkens back to what we talked about last time, which was, we love an underdog. So a character who either has a weakness and never develops or just doesn't have a weakness in the first place, we find very boring, and we wonder why the hell they're even in the story. So as a villain, right? This can be okay because villains you're supposed to, hate. So having a villain who seems to have no weaknesses, it's like, okay, now they're like just this strong, almost primordial force that you have to go up against. Again, Ramsay and Joffrey, like that's fine because they're villains. Although Joffrey, they both have weaknesses, but that's neither here nor there. But something like Sauron, right? He doesn't really have a character weakness of any sort, but that's fine because he's the bad guy. But when it's the hero, it's just annoying.
I'd say that's one of the reasons why it's the loss of disbelief.
Am
I saying that right?
Suspension of disbelief,
It's like-
but then losing it.
That happens whenever I start a big open world sandbox game, such as like Fallout, The Outer Worlds. It's just like it just thrusts you in there, and then suddenly you have all these skills, and it doesn't really explain why, and you're just overpowered compared to everybody else in the world from the start.
Oh,
And
really?
it's like not like literally, but like you are set up to overcome everything from the beginning.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
just, like you can improve, you can grow, you can.
Oh yeah, I
It's
see you have
just-
Skyrim in there too. I was gonna bring Skyrim up as well.
It's like they give a little backstory, but it's like, why am I suddenly able to handle all of the guns in a game and then like
Right.
engineer too and pirate and just they give me way too many skills. It's like I don't feel human.
Right.
I just feel like here, have your toy.
Beyond.
So you hate yourself.
As opposed to like a game like The Last of Us, where it's like you're very vulnerable the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
You could feel it. Like every violent interaction is like tense.
Mm.
Like I had to stop playing it because it's too tense at times. But then I get back to it. Although BioShock, I like their NPCs, their characters. Even though it's like you're overpowered, so is everybody else, and it's just like their characters are all three-dimensional. They're not just standing there staring at you, and it's like, when do you go take a shit? You're just standing there for like days.
I mean, part of that is just like limitations of games themselves, right? Like,
It's an unrealistic expectation for every NPC to go have a fucking bowel movement when you expect them to.
yeah, like
But
you'd
it's
have
just
to
like
you'd have to
Bioshock,
simulate
like-
like the whole world for it to be.
Is it not
perfectly
enough that sometimes
reasonable.
NPCs go to bed when it's nighttime? Can't you just assume they shit their bed?
Just saying. Just create a world that has less characters and then put a lot more thought into the small characters you have. It's like,
Yeah, fair.
It's like
but in
even like
Fallout, you
Grand
need to be
Theft
able to, like,
Auto-
move around.
I mean, it's just like they could have done more. Like BioShock, they have limited characters and you're kind of on a train tracks so they can control it more. But like, I don't know, I just hate it. I feel so stale walking around a town. It's like three people talking about tuna for days.
What?
It's like they could have added more dialogue. That was from the Outer Worlds. Sorry.
Oh,
Maybe
Same people,
those games
Obsidian.
just don't appeal to you.
yeah. Why do you
But I
keep
like
playing
it. I
them?
like the worlds.
So
I like exploring
side
the worlds. They do
quests.
great.
Do the side quests. You want to fuck around,
They do
talk to
great
the
atmospheres.
NPCs. The guy that's supposed to just tell you about his tuna fish habit. Oh yes, I like to fish.
I need you to help him fucking collect
but-
more tuna.
But it's also in the voice acting. Everybody is so cheery in this post-apocalyptic world of like
They're
Fallout.
used
It's
to
like,
it.
Oh, hello!
They-
I can tell you everything about my life from the start.
well, maybe you asked really nicely. I don't know. Maybe your character has social skills that we don't have. Hey, why don't you tell me about your life story? Hey, stranger, why not? That sounds great. Let me tell you about it.
But why isn't the voice actor who's supposed to be addicted to like Jet going like, yeah, instead
'Cause
of
I
don't
couldn't
want every
understand
character
that.
to sound like they're from Borderlands.
Yeah,
I'm
really.
just saying it when everybody just sounds the same, like they're reading from a script. I just hate those characters.
Well, that's bad voice acting.
Okay, but when you have to have 10 million lines of dialogue,
Yeah.
I don't know. Voice acting's already underpaid enough. You really want to put an undue burden on production for that? Just so that Tom can have a good time when he's talking to the guy about his jet addiction. Oh, I really love this
say it.
guy. Who's really great. He's really great at being a jet crack addict. You know.
Just saying it's possible. I know like Rockstar Games, they have like an incredible budget and they like abuse their workers, but they're able to like make NPCs realistic.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
because they
There
have an
you go.
incredible
So
budget and they
domestic
abuse
I
their
love
workers.
games where they abuse the production system so that we can have a really great game.
Yeah, just fire workers and not underpay them and do like surge hours, whatever they call them.
You're part of the problem.
Anyway, but it's such a
you
great
mean
game.
you mean
I know
Tom?
what I meant to say. Literally, you're part of the problem. There's a reason I can't get a job in this field, you fucker.
They just need to shorten the games. Red Dead Redemption doesn't need to be as long as it is.
Yeah, but then you'd have all the fucking fanboys complaining that, oh, it's not 80 plus hours, it's only 70. Why am I spending $60?
It's like
Those people can
it's
die.
like $60 should stop being the hallmark for a game price.
Yeah, really.
Anyway,
Now we're shitting on the game industry instead of the thing we're actually
I
talking
hate
about.
them though.
Well, it's like, what are the roots of like bad characters? You know,
Bad stories and bad writers.
Bad writers. That's what we need to do. We need to have a culling for writers. Where you go find all the writers and just kill them all.
if I was stuck on an island with Sonic the Hedgehog from the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I would eat him. He's so
The
annoying.
original Sonic or the new Sonic?
The new Sonic.
I didn't see the movie. Is it annoying?
He keeps like showing that he just arrived to the world, but then he's making meme jokes. He's making a lot of
And he had
memes.
memes where he's from.
I doubt it.
Tom, also, Sonic the Hedgehog is a kids movie.
It's a fictional character.
Okay, kids characters. So for
Just
instance,
Eddie.
include in that.
Oh,
Just
listen,
any kid's character.
If you complain about a kid's character being too simple, then you're just complaining
Don't-
about being the wrong demographic. Why doesn't this kid's
want-
character appeal to me anymore? I'm
I
the
want
child
Sonic
at
the
heart.
Hedgehog to be depthful. Sonic the Hedgehog can have many motivations and challenges.
That a child could
Uh-huh.
understand.
Needs.
Besides, I want to go fast.
I don't think the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is, or at least the character within that movie is the problem. I think the problem is that movie shouldn't have been made because Sonic as a character is not complex enough to warrant a movie.
I go fast. I get the rings. Robotnik.
We're
Kill.
gonna get the whole Sonic fandom in here just
Good.
just shitting on us.
Oh no,
I
a
can
bunch
take
of
'em.
furries.
Easy.
Couldn't take 'em.
Fucking scrawny ass Sonic fans. Come on.
Oh.
They're gonna send their fucking Sonic Edgelord OCs. Please do not steal characters after me.
Yep.
And if they're that
Yeah,
fast, they should be able to break my neck right now. My neck's not broken. Sounds like use a bitch.
That character is definitely annoying. I've never seen it, but just watching the like my nephews who are young kids, definitely it thought it was hilarious. But watching the trailer, I was like, wow, this would be something I would have to like.
It's like
I
Sit
can't
through.
stand it when there's a Fortnite.
they went
dance.
to a bar. They went to a bar and they had a bar fight. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Eh.
It's just like, why is Sonic the Hedgehog doing it in a country bar?
It's 'cause
Getting
He's
whoever-
in our
'cause-
world. Is that not the premise of the movie?
Yeah,
Why is he at a bar?
Because the
That
other guy
movie-
drinks.
Kids movie.
That movie was I don't have an idea for a story. That movie was some producer was like, I know how we can make money, appeal to all the young kids by making all the jokes really like bottom tier, right? And making the character really annoying. But we'll have him, do some stuff that'll appeal to the people who are kids.
Bucks.
Yeah. So that's why he does the memes, and that's why he goes to the bars.
That's why he fucks my girlfriend.
They just wanted a fight scene.
Fucks Robotnik's wife.
I guess.
It exists.
Yeah.
It exists.
Canon. Yeah. It's canon. Sonic fucks
Speaking of that,
wife.
how annoying is it when you have like canon characters and they just decide to replace some of them, such as they did that in The Office, and that's when The Office got bad because like Steve Carell left.
Apparently he was forced out.
Oof.
Apparently Steve Carell didn't want to leave. I was just reading a few articles over
no.
this like past week that have been coming out where they were talking about how Steve Carell basically they were in contract negotiations and they just didn't want to pay him any money.
Like
nope, sorry,
come
go
back
away.
For free, we're not.
That also happened in the British show Misfits.
Yeah.
They replaced all the characters and just
Yeah.
became dumb. And then going back to Tim Burton, he redid Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
And I just hated all those characters because they're trying to replace the things that I love, my nostalgia, and I don't like it. I don't appreciate it.
And in a shitty way.
It's almost like
God, that
Yeah,
movie
it
was
wasn't good.
trash.
like you shouldn't remake good movies.
It's almost like Johnny Depp should just stop and reconsider his choices sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay.
My biggest, I'm not going to go into my reasons for not liking that movie because it's not about the characters. No, there is one
I
character.
hate all this characters.
There's two characters I actually wanted to bring up that were that I really just irrationally, I don't consider it irrational, but don't like in shows that I otherwise enjoy. So the shows are Outlander and the other one being The Last Kingdom. Outlander, I just finished watching or at least up to through season 3, because that's all that's on Netflix right now. And the main character, it's not that she's badly written, right? She's actually well written. And one of her weaknesses is that she's kind of selfish. She's kind of a selfish bitch. But because of that, it's aggravating as hell because I hear that in the books or whatever, there's a lot less lovingness between her and her original husband from in that story, the present day. But at least in the show, they show her and her husband as actually getting along really well. They have a really good relationship. And then she's stuck. She gets stuck in the past and can't get back to him. And her whole motivation is getting back because she loves her husband and wants to get back to him. And then, and she gets married to some dude out of necessity back then just for protection. And they have sex. And then she's like, fuck my old husband. You fuck me better, I guess. I don't know. I mean, obviously within the course of the story, she actually falls in love with him or whatever, but it's not explicit. It seems when she makes that decision in the show, it just seems like they had sex, it was good, and she decides, I'm not going back right when she is finally able to. And then later on, she is kind of forced to be back. And she thinks that the guy from the past is dead. And she blames her husband in the present day. And he is look, I'm not going to force you anything. If you don't want to be with me or whatever, just say so. That's okay. I'll grieve, but it's fine. But if you would like to give this a shot, I understand that you fell in love with that guy, but I'm willing to give this another shot. If you would like that as well, then, come with me. And so she agrees. Yeah, okay, let's make this work. But they show her life with him, and she's just constantly treating him like he did this to her or something. And it's so aggravating. And she's well written, and this is a legitimate weakness for a character to have, but it's aggravating to watch.
Thoughts,
because it's no, but I mean a little bit. And Uhtred from The Last Kingdom, the main character, Uhtred, is, at least the beginning, he is a fucking idiot. Oh my god, he's so dumb. He has no regard for anybody else, and he has no understanding of the consequences of anything. He just does whatever the fuck he wants, and he thinks that if somebody reacts to his dumb decisions, that suddenly they're being irrational and unjustified or whatever. And he just causes so many problems just because of how I don't know, arrogant, I guess he is, but really it's just he just doesn't think about it. He's like, he gets mad, and now I'm justified in doing whatever the fuck I want. How dare somebody react to me being a dickhead? Yeah, so these are two characters that are very aggravating to watch. Uhtred kind of gets better, I guess, over time. Claire gets better over time as well, but only because her husband dies and she doesn't have to make a choice anymore.
Oh, that sounds like a cop-out.
It's a little bit of a cop-out, yeah.
Oh, thank God one of them died.
Yeah.
That's how you resolve tension. You just you take one of the choices away for no reason at all.
Again, though, it's not that it's bad writing per se. It's just the weaknesses within the characters themselves are aggravating. And in like any other context, they could easily just be like, they could be the mom character, or they could be the secondary antagonist who's just kind of annoying in the background and getting in the way. But for some reason, they're the hero of the story. Because like in Last Kingdom, like Uhtred's not even the most interesting character. I'm sorry, I'm gonna continue to go off because
exactly what I wanted.
Because look, it's a historical drama. Okay, actually they both are, right? And in terms of the Last Kingdom, it's about like the Kingdom of Wessex essentially fighting back against the invading Danes. In England, like before there was an actual England country, it was just a bunch of smaller kingdoms and stuff, and Wessex essentially was like the last one standing, and it slowly pushed back against the Danes and established the concept of England. And King Alfred of Wessex is way more interesting than Uhtred, because he's the one who's actually doing shit, and he has like a plan for everything, and Uhtred's just like, man, I want to like, I don't know, I want my house that I haven't been at for like 20 years because I think I deserve it, even though, again, I haven't been there for 20 years. Like, what do you think? You're going to show up and all the people who live there are just going to be like, okay, I guess you're in charge of us now? No!
Like a video game?
Yeah. Yeah, anyway.
No.
Video game syndrome.
Why is Jar Jar in this list?
Oh, because a lot of people
Jar Jar
hate Jar
Binks?
Jar for being annoying.
And doesn't serve any purpose.
I actually haven't I think I've seen the movie with Jar Jar in it like one time, like 80 years ago. So I don't remember a lot. All I know is that everybody hates Jar Jar. So
he's a racist depiction of an alien species.
He's
Of
a
an
caricature
alien
for
species.
sure, but
what's he a caricature of?
of whatever their species is supposed to be.
It's like someone trying to speak English but not being good at it, and they talk like, "Oh, I gotta speak English." Ooh.
I know, I've heard Jar Jar talk. I understand, but okay. He's annoying for that reason, yes, but
Jar Jar
does he also not serve a purpose or what?
Jar Jar for me is actually one of those characters that, like, yeah, he was annoying. Every time I watch The Phantom Menace, it's like, oh god, Jar Jar's on screen. I need this to not be on screen anymore. But to know the grander scheme outside of Jar Jar, to know that Jar Jar was supposed to be the villain, that
So
breaks my
it's-
heart. That they didn't just like water him down a little bit so that he'd be a little less fucking annoying.
So there's a ton of articles saying they gave him like a Southern American cotton picking, kind of black depiction that is racist and that offended a lot of people.
I understand the reaction that it's like, oh, this is a stereotyped way of speaking, but that's not how he talks though. If you actually pay attention, that's not how he talks. He just talks like an idiot. He just is Misa all the time, and he's just stupid.
We'll have our own podcast on Is Jar Jar Binks a racist depiction?
Is Jar Jar Binks a racist caricature? The discussion, part 1.
Or is he Misa understood?
The thing is, if they just toned him down a little bit so you didn't just hate him right from the get-go,
Yeah.
I feel like they could have done what they were trying to do with him. But it's funnier to me thinking that he was supposed to be the bad guy and that maybe he was hamming it up so that no one would think he's the bad guy. They're like, oh, there's
That'd be cool.
no fucking way that this idiot, this guy who can't do anything, is the bad guy because he like fucks up the whole fight in that movie. He almost ruins the war effort by like dropping grenades and shit. The guy's an idiot. That's supposed to be the Sith Lord?
Let me ask, was he originally actually supposed to be the Sith Lord, or was that just like a meme that was started on the internet?
No, I've heard that that's supposed to be true. I think people thought it was a joke for a while, but I think it's been confirmed a couple of times. I don't know. I did a deep dive on this at one point. I'm pretty sure it's true. If I'm wrong, then fucking sue me.
God! Wait, I just had to look online, and the actor who did the voice was so taken aback by people being offended that he actually contemplated suicide. Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's a rabbit hole too. But there was big plans
Anyway,
with Jar Jar, and I was really
I'm gonna
hoping
put
that
that
they
away.
could have gone that way.
All right, well, let's not talk too much about Jar Jar Binks.
Why the fuck not? This is one of the
I don't know
categories.
if anybody wants to listen to Jar Jar Binks.
It's underwhelming, underutilized potential. It would have been such a mind fuck. He gets to the end and he fucking spins around. It's not Palpatine. It's Jar Jar Binks. Misa so sorry, Yoda. And then he does the fucking Force screech, and then kills Mace Windu. Holy fuck! That's a different movie.
Don't tell me that
I don't know.
a
It's a
ton of
better
people would
movie,
not have
but
been pissed
it's a different
off.
movie.
People would have been so pissed off if that had happened.
Is it time for me to go off on the Irishman?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tell us about the Irishman.
Fucking Irishman.
So Martin Scorsese, classic director, loved by everybody, bunch of actors he loves to work with all the time that are great actors. And what happened?
The worst mob movie I've ever seen. What
How's
the
that?
fuck? This is a category 2 type shit character fest. This is just bad performances all around. I don't understand. You've got Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci and Al Pacino, the 3 titular characters, and they don't do fucking dick the whole movie. Al Pacino gets angry like one time, and it's very poorly acted. And you got to think, my God, can't you get another take? Can you give him a coffee and get another take out of him? I'm gonna throw screenshots of the scenes I'm talking about, but holy shit! And you got Joe Pesci the whole fucking movie, and you never let Joe Pesci scream or get mad or do anything.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
What is Joe Pesci for if it's not for that? The entire Lethal Weapon series, Joe Pesci is just screaming Joe Pesci, and I would love it if he just wasn't that. But you couldn't take 1 minute of that and put it in The Irishman? Give Joe Pesci 1 minute to shine?
I mean, even Al Pacino, like he went from being an actor of like being the Godfather. In this movie, he just keeps like making excuses and apologizing. He's like, "No, I'm not gonna do it." I don't know. It's just his tone is just kind of stupid. It's like he's supposed to be this like union leader that everybody idolizes, and he just kind of sounds annoying when he talks. Like he's not taking responsibility. Like he's just not smart or something. I don't know how to explain it.
The Irishman. The Irishman. The Irishman. It's a movie that didn't need to be 3.5 hours long, first of all. If it was an hour shorter, so that everyone could have a little bit more energy for the rest of their performances. So that it wasn't senior nap time every 20 minutes.
None of them are Irish, I don't think.
Well,
They're all Italian. Why have Robert De Niro play the Irishman? Why not get another actor? And why not get younger actors to play the younger versions of themselves? Why invent this de-aging process that doesn't fucking work that well and have everyone be super jarred the entire time and wonder, how fucking old is Robert De Niro supposed to be right now? Is he 40 or is he 80? I don't know. He's somewhere in between. He's in that amorphous 40 to 80 period. Because I don't know. Because he's supposed to be 40 at some points, but his acting is that of an 80-year-old. The physical acting, the way the guy walks around, the way the guy fucking grunts and sighs. At 40 years old, he's Irishman. I'm Robert De Niro.
he has the old man.
This is my fucking great acting. This is Oscar caliber. Remember Godfather Part 2? That was me. Fuck.
I didn't even feel any emotion when, he's killed. Just like the scene itself is pretty moving, but like everybody was so like didn't have any emotions. They were too old to.
I thought you were exaggerating by saying 80, but he actually is 76 years old.
Thank you. Dap me up, dog. Give me one. Give me one victory for this fucking shit show. I don't understand. Martin Scorsese was like, this is the movie I've been wanting to make for a long time, and I finally I can make it. Finally, all my actors are ready to make it. Too bad we're all fucking 1,000 years old collectively. Even like here's my thing. The ensemble is bad. It's a bunch of classic Italian actors. It's like everybody you've ever seen from The Sopranos or Goodfellas or The Godfather. They're all there. They're all there. Even Todd from Breaking Bad is in there for some reason.
Is he really?
He's Al Pacino's adopted son.
Son? Yeah.
And he was complicit in his murder, apparently.
Is he still?
He's chunky.
Yeah.
Everybody in that
This
movie
is-
is old. Todd's not that old, but he looks too old to be playing the part he's playing. And even the kids don't look like they're kids. I don't know what to do with this movie. Everybody seems like they're 20 years old, too old to be playing the parts that they're playing. What the fuck is going on? Can we just reshoot the entire Irishman with actors appropriately aged? Let Robert De Niro play his old self in the fucking nursing home. Leave those parts in there. Just reshoot the rest of the fucking movie so everybody isn't just fucking licking their lips like old men all the time because their dentures are falling out. I'm spent.
If you look on YouTube, you can actually find a video of somebody using a free software to de-age the actors, and it did a better job than Netflix.
Thank you for bringing that up, because somehow the movie's watchable. There's more to the performances. I don't know how, but somehow when your eyes aren't droopy because you're fucking 80 and you're playing a 40-year-old, and you know your top lip isn't curling into your mouth because you know you're an 80-year-old playing a 40-year-old, and you curl that lip back up to make him look like a youthful guy, and suddenly you know the skin's a little smoother because he's not all saggy because he's actually an 80-year-old guy playing a 40-year-old guy. Suddenly I can spend less time wondering how the fuck is this old guy playing this young guy, and spend a little more time just watching the movie.
So wait, I'm not clear. How old is he actually, and how old is the character he's playing?
80.
Can you
playing
repeat
a 40-year-old? I don't understand. I cannot suspend my disbelief at all during the movie. I try. You know how you get used to CG after a while? It's like a guy's got a CG scar or something. It's like, okay, after a while you kind of forget about it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is, but the age changing, the fucking fucking quantum frequency that the fucking de-aging program is on, I can't stop noticing it. I can't stop wondering, why the fuck is Robert De Niro so old?
Did you like him in The Joker?
Yeah, because he played his age. He played a guy. He wasn't playing himself 40 years ago and then playing himself now. Robert De Niro even played himself in World War II, which was like when he was 20. I think they just grafted his face onto a body double, but still, it's like, holy fuck, just get a different actor. They didn't get Marlon Brando to play his younger self in The Godfather. They got Robert De Niro to play Marlon Brando.
They do it with so many movies where the younger version is just a different actor altogether. Why couldn't they have done it here?
I wanted to like the Irishman.
Pride.
3.5 hours of Martin Scorsese, a mob movie. That's my shit, dog. And then, this is what I get. This is what I get.
You get what you deserve.
You get what you fucking deserve!
Is that how you said the line in the...
Oh, you'll get to hear it soon.
Oh boy.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Wow, that's a callback.
Island.
Oh, yeah.
0 energy left. You guys want to wrap up?
Yeah, that's
Should we
fine.
do fuck, kill, marry of the characters we talked about?
Why?
I think it's going to be kill most of them.
Why would we do that?
Can you give me 3 instead of limiting? Just give me all the characters? No one even talked about Daenerys.
Daenerys.
No one even talked about Daenerys.
She just had it was just too disappointing, the end of her character arc, that we don't even want to talk about.
Wasted
so
potential.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
We didn't it's just journalists in Broadchurch.
I know. That's another one that irritates me because, like, I thought that they were setting that character up in Broadchurch to be like, you know, the character you don't understand until they show like, oh, he's actually, you know,
supreme motivation later.
Right. Or like, or, you know, it's somebody who's he has the arrogant kid kind of persona. And then, you know, over time, he kind of grows up throughout the course of the show. No, he's just a fucking dickhead the whole goddamn time. And I hate him so much. Like they did that in the first season. At the end of the first season, he actually like helps and, you know, puts, you know, the people above him just getting, you know, ahead in his.
I need the scoop.
Yeah. He had an arc in the first season of Broadchurch and then just, nope. Now I'm back to being a fucking dickhead the whole time. God, fuck that guy.
I wanted to hear your thoughts on Carl from The Walking Dead too. Carl.
Fucking Carl. So one of the things that Carl in The Walking Dead TV show, not the comic book series, because if I understand correctly, a lot of people actually love Carl the character in the comic book series, but not in the show. And part of that, I think, is just kid actors just can't really do very good jobs. And I don't want to like talk shit about that actor because he was a kid, you know, he's still learning his craft essentially. So I can't like shit on him too much. But I believe that was part of the problem, is just a kid actor is not super great. So they had to really dial back his character development because they couldn't just have him on screen too much, because when he is on screen, oh man, it's bad. But the other thing is that he makes some dumbass decisions. I think I first started hating Carl in actually when he wasn't a kid anymore, like when he transitions into like, oh, I'm gonna actually be a character now, in I think season 4 when they're running from the prison or whatever, and they have this whole episode where Rick is like dying on a couch and Carl's like, I'm a man now, I can go and be on my own, I don't need dad's help, and he goes and like finds some ice cream and fucking and eats it and then almost dies. Yeah. And he yells at his dad who's like unconscious and dying. And it's just, Carl, come on, fucking get your shit together.
Carl!
You're supposed to be so cool. You're acting like such a bitch. I thought he died when he got shot in the head. Because, you know, who wouldn't die from being shot in the fucking head? But instead he just like lost. Instead he just lost an eye or whatever. And I thought he was gonna be cool. Like they actually set him up to do some cool stuff with Negan at one point. Like because he's supposed to have this whole cool arc with Negan in the books or in the comic books, and in the show they start introducing that relationship. And like I was thinking, oh cool, they're finally gonna do something with Carl where he's not just there or being annoying. Like he's actually gonna have a purpose. And then he died. I was like, all right, well, that's fine.
So, side note, I love kid characters and stories when they're like really annoying. Like they just kind of get in the way. Like as opposed to the mother getting in the way. I love when kids just get in the way and you can't stop them because they're fucking kids.
Give me an example.
Yeah. Well, but first there's Snowpiercer, just like the little kid at the beginning who is, he served an important role, but like I just loved him being annoying at the beginning. And then what's the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like that girl just shitting on Leonardo DiCaprio's character? That was really funny.
Maribella Lancer.
Yeah, that was great.
Well, she wasn't doing anything stupid. That shit was actually funny. She was like taking him to school on acting.
Like what?
The kid from The Shining.
Joffrey.
The kid from The Shining. Not the Kubrick one, the other one.
The TV series?
The short one. Or the long one, I guess.
Miniseries?
Miniseries. That kid?
I don't know if
that kid is fucking annoying. I hate him.
I don't know that show.
His fucking... Just look at a picture of him. Tell me you don't want to punch him in his little face.
So what is it, the Shining TV show?
The
miniseries
or something. I don't know any of the actors in it.
The Shining mini. Oh God! Fuck that kid.
His little buck teeth. He can't fucking close his mouth because his teeth are too big. He looks like fucking Napoleon Dynamite. If Napoleon Dynamite was shrunk down to a child, I don't even think Napoleon Dynamite looked like that when he was a kid.
Dude, I love how every fucking picture on Google Images is just him with his mouth open. Oh my God. Holy fuck, that's funny. Holy fuck, that's funny. I thought you were exaggerating that just every picture is him with his mouth open.
I promise. You know me, I don't exaggerate. Not at all.
Oh yeah, no, never.
Never. Not once in my life. Everything is factual. All facts, all time, no cap. That's just how I work.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tom, is there anything you'd like to go off on? I haven't heard you go off yet. I really need that.
Yeah.
Well, I went off on Moms.
A little bit, but not in the same way.
And then
he also went off on video games.
On kids. What's that?
You also started it on video games.
On video games. Let's see. I think Anakin's a little wussy when he's a little kid.
Sure.
Another actor's life ruined by his role in the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, really. Phantom Menace did no one any favors.
Excuse me?
Oh, well, okay, except Obi-Wan. Yeah.
And Qui-Gon Jinn? Fucking Qui-Gon Jinn, swole fucking Liam Neeson? My boy went in there with Rob Roy fucking fighting skill and got bested by Darth Maul. Fucking
But he dies, bullshit. So, he didn't... Exactly. As I said, it does no one any favors.
My boy from Rob Roy. Ugh. Disgusting.
See, well, yeah, it just kind of grinds my gears when they remake.
Oh my God.
Remake things with new, like the Cat in the Hat and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You could just see the money that they're making, and it's just pure garbage.
Yeah.
It's like that's the world we live in.
What's the most egregious one to you? Is it Cat in the Hat,
Most egregious.
or is there just a remake that you just can't stand?
Like I just can't do Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The original was just so perfect. And the fact that Tim Burton had the balls to like try to do it and
he like changed the message of the thing and like added narration, and it's so fucking garbage.
I'm just like, it's painful. It's just painful. And it just made me lose faith in Tim Burton, partly in Johnny Depp.
That's fair.
R.I.P. Johnny Depp.
What's the last good thing he's done?
Did he win a lawsuit against his ex-wife?
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
For her beating him up, yeah.
God bless Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Un-R.I.P.
Didn't he get fired from a bunch of stuff because she was claiming that he was the one who was the bad guy?
They're going to let him do Pirates of the Caribbean again.
Oh, cool. Oh, there was supposed to be like a fifth one or something, wasn't there?
Which is fine.
Yeah, and then they like didn't.
I enjoy the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I didn't like the...
Yeah, they're fun little whatevers.
What's the one that's got like...
God.
It's the newest one.
That would be the fourth
Javier
one.
Bardem and Orlando Bloom's
With like
kid is supposed to be the main character or something.
Yeah, that's the fourth one, I think.
Gross. Disgusting. Javier Bardem, great. But this ain't no country for old men, dog.
Whoa. Johnny Depp plays Donald Trump in Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal movie. And it looks so surreal.
What are you sending us? What is this picture?
That's Johnny Depp playing Donald Trump.
Gross.
Apparently in the movie, he takes his face off. I haven't seen it. This movie came out in 2016, has 5.8 out of 10 stars on IMDb.
Yeah, probably because it's very politically motivated, and so a lot of people who disagree with the politics downvoted it.
That's pretty impressive then. 5.8,
I want to see
pretty
this.
Impressive to have half of the
I want to see this.
hate it. Intrinsically.
Well, the other half didn't.
Oh.
Probably. Oh, wow, that's
Electoral
bad.
College.
I don't like that at all. I think we're probably going to have to use these pictures, right? In
yeah.
Right, yeah.
People got to know what we don't like at all.
Just keep them coming.
No,
Stop! I don't want to keep looking at these.
I don't want to keep looking at this. What's this? This seems sexually motivated. I don't like it.
I think that's his daughter.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, can we please be done?
I hate all the characters in real life.
Wow,
Like,
that includes me,
all the
dickhead.
people.
Wow. Wow, Tom. Wow.
If real life is a movie, I want my money
remake.
back.
Can we just do my remake now and cast somebody else?
Stop! Please stop.
Close it out. Someone close it out. If you want to fight about any of our
All right.
opinions, we'll do it in the comments. Come on.
Yeah.
I swear I'll give you a fighting chance.
And if you love to hate us, make sure to subscribe,
Yes,
guys.
if this got you titillated and you can't wait to fucking disagree with us again, subscribe, dog. It's so easy. You just hit the button and then you ring the bell or something.
Or however it
You
works.
ring the bell twice, I think. I don't know. It's like Trader Joe's, you know. You ring the bell and then somebody comes and says that many bells, and then like, I don't know what I just said. I don't know what I want. I just rung the bell. That's exactly how the bell system works too.
I don't go to Trader Joe's, so I don't know what you're talking about, but that's cool.
Just hang out in Trader Joe's for a minute, and they'll ring the bell, and then someone will say 2 bells or 3 bells, and then they'll walk over, and then they'll like seemingly do nothing.
What the fuck?
It's like a call system, like, oh, I need a bagger, or I need someone to get something, or do this, and then they don't really ever do anything.
I see.
5 bells. 5
So yeah,
bells.
ring the bell.
Eat my dick.
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
a wrap.